Denver Broncos Mile High View, no commercials, no bullshit. We're going to turn to the defense. And last week after the Miami game, I made it a point to point out Bouye. I was not happy with this pick, totally not happy with the pick. And I was showing examples in the Miami game how that we're paying this guy way too much money. And here we got another classic example of classic Bouye. Bouye isn't even in the area of his receiver. He is so far off his man. He's got to come out of like the parking lot to make this play. Of course, all the receiver does is just juke him a little bit and off to the races he goes. If the Broncos could get better, they need to get better. They need to upgrade that spot. Don't give him the contract unless he takes a serious pay cut. Shouldn't Bronco fans ask why week after week it's always the quarterback is picking on Bouye? Is there a reason for that? The whole trap game thing, what happens, with football players is when you see that you got the Denver Broncos, for instance, on your schedule, it's a week off. So what's not practice is kind of the word. Or let's just not practice as hard. And then, what happens is teams get out of sync, out of the rhythm. The last video I did where I showed the Broncos offense, I was explaining one of the plays the Kansas City Chiefs defense, and they were getting a lot of push up the middle. This offensive line is really protecting. You put the two offensive lines side by side, it's like night and day. I mean, this guy's got the steel curtain in front of him, from the 70s, and it's just an easy, no worries, just sit back there, nobody's going to get you, and you can let your receiver run his route, and not a problem. Just get the ball out there, no free runners. One thing you don't see with the Andy Reid offensive designs that you see with Shurmur, you don't see free runners. No free runners whatsoever. Yeah, here's another pass where Bouye, of course, gets targeted yet again. Geez, I mean, it takes him so long to even start engaging. I feel that it was lucky that Alexander Johnson, came to help make that play. I don't know if it wasn't for Alexander Johnson, if Bouye would even make the tackle. Just like, thank you, Alexander Johnson. I want to show you the difference between a screwed up Shurmur offensive design and an Andy Reid offensive design, so you understand the difference. So I don't have to listen to people breaking down Bronco film that don't know what they're talking about. In this situation here, you see the center breaking off his engagement. This is by design, which, yes, you get it's not technically a free runner because you actually engaged him. You didn't just let him willy-nilly come in without even so much laying a finger on him, okay? But this is designed because the once that release happens, you got to sell the handoff, okay? That's part of it, So the block is being engaged. So instead of just letting somebody run, the offensive lineman obviously engages. They're just giving the running back, because this is a fast play. They don't have time to screw around like Shurmur seems to think there's time. The only screw up by the Kansas City Chiefs is the fact that the guy going off his block runs into a Denver Bronco. He didn't mean to, but he runs into a Denver Bronco. I think he was supposed to block for the running back. But the bottom line is this is a quick play. They don't, just let people run in untouched, and he has immediately somebody to go to, and he's facing the free runner, or he's not really a free runner. He's facing the defender coming at him instead of having his back turned. Just wanted to show you something about Vic Fangio's scheme. Isn't anything new. It's the old bend, don't break. The defenders play way off of, in this case, Kelsey, and this was going on kind of all night. That's why they were able to go up and down the field and stop them once they get in the red zone. I want to show you the difference between a Andy Reid play versus a Shurmur play. This is classic right here. I've been, all season long been showing week after week after week after week this drag route in these short third down situations, and Shurmur draws it up where the receivers aren't required to go at least to the chains to the marker or beyond. They constantly are short or being shorted because of the play design. This is what I want to show you, Bronco fans. Look, You can't even call the guy a free runner. The receiver knows exactly where the marker is, and that's where he goes. It shouldn't be anywhere except there or behind it. And Kansas City isn't doing anything magical. This is just common sense in play design. For all the bitching I do of Bouye, here is a very nice play by him. At least you get one. Played that very nicely, was spaced nicely. You need more of that from him. Unfortunately, we don't get enough of that. That was actually pretty good by Bouye. Good job. But as luck would have it, he caught the ball. But you didn't catch the ball because you didn't realize you caught the ball. That's just too funny. Yeah, I realize Tyreek Hill is God to some of you people, but this is just really not good defensive work by the Broncos. This little end around, it just is ridiculous. Josie Jewell, you don't even have a chance. For some reason, this play really sucked in the Broncos. Nobody really at home, and, it's off to the races. So that's what happens when you get fooled and you don't have anybody staying at home. To make sure that somebody doesn't pull that end-around crap. I mean, that Kansas City runs it a lot. You'd think you'd have somebody home, and this is what I meant by engaging. I did a video and I said you can't engage, and I showed New Orleans their linebackers not engaging and avoiding the engagement and making the tackle. Here, Bassey, another one of John Elway's great pickups, totally engages. He initiates the engage. I mean, are you on the offense or are you on the defense? You don't want to engage Kelsey. You want to juke him out. He's a big guy. Juke him out. Get around him. Avoid the engagement. Engage the guy with the ball. Okay, here's where the Broncos really earned their keep, and that was keeping the Chiefs out of the end zone. Kind of uncharacteristic of the Chiefs to be running it. You'd figure it'd be a Mahomes pass somewhere. But I just also want to say that for those of you who do not know, this is a scrum. This is exactly the definition of a rugby scrum right here. That's real old school football. Now, to the Broncos' credit, this is how you handle the end arounds. Everybody's in on this one, and that's the way it should be. Get off your blocks, get off of your engagement, and go after the ball. And this goes nowhere. Now, one of the problems with the old bend, don't break defense is that, when there's only 20-some seconds left, a team like this, Chiefs, I mean, that's no problem to just go down and get yourself a field goal. Matter of fact, you're begging for them to score a touchdown. And, thank God for a guy with long arms. I mean, this could have been a touchdown. But just giving him that opportunity in just 20-some seconds is like playing with fire. But also, it's too bad the defense can't hold these guys to in 20-some seconds to get them off the field. That they even get 3 points out of 23 seconds or whatever it was, 20-some seconds.